Are you an expert at leasing apartments? Let me phrase that another way. Do you know more about the apartments that you lease than your typical renter? If so, then you're an expert. But do your renters look at you as an expert? Do they trust you as an equal, as an advisor? If not, then it means one thing. You're coming off as a pushy salesperson and not an expert. Fortunately for you, there's some powerful strategies that are going to help you avoid coming off as a salesperson and help you be the expert when working with renters. So right here, right now, I'm going to show you how to avoid sounding like a salesperson and be the expert when it comes to leasing apartments. Stop thinking like a salesperson. Property managers are typically jumping at any opportunity to pitch their available apartments. Somebody calls in and says, hey, I'm interested in a 2-bedroom apartment. And you immediately jump in and say, hey, we've got the perfect 2-bedroom for you. Let me check my pricing and availability. You're jumping at every single opportunity that comes your way and simply pushing your availability, your pricing, and your rent specials in front of that prospect without ever determining, is our community truly a fit for them? What's their current situation? What's their ideal scene look like? And how can we help them achieve their goals? Stop thinking like a salesperson. When you stop thinking and acting like a salesperson, you're immediately going to find that your prospects start looking at you as a real estate expert and a trusted advisor that's truly able to help them. Next, I want you to think about less persuasion and more prescription. Stop trying to persuade your prospects and show them, hey, this is the best apartment, you got to take it right now, and start thinking more like a doctor and prescribing them. Hey, Tony, you told me that kitchen was vital to you. The reason why that kitchen's vital to you is you hate your current kitchen, it's way too small. There's terrible lighting, you hate the countertops, and you don't have the space to move around. I was thinking, we're gonna take a look at 407. This floor plan has a wide open kitchen. I think it's gonna get you what you need, and I can't wait for you to see it. Stop trying to persuade your prospects and start learning about their situation and prescribing the perfect apartment that's gonna help them improve their life. You've got to have that doctor's mindset. Imagine walking into a doctor's office, right? Maybe your heart is going a little crazy, right? And the next thing you know, the doctor comes in and is like, hey, wow, we've got these fantastic drugs. Let me throw these drugs at you. You're gonna feel great. You're gonna feel better. You would run from that doctor as quickly as you could and never come back. I don't want you to act like that. And I want you to think about the last time that you answered the phone. Were you immediately clicking away at your keyboard, checking a pricing and availability? Were you immediately talking about all the features of your community? Or were you taking that time like a good doctor to truly listen to your prospects so that you can write the right prescription for them? Not just a prescription, but the right prescription that's gonna help them change their life, that's gonna help them improve their situation. I want you to start thinking more like a doctor. When you start thinking and acting more like a doctor, your prospects are gonna see you as the expert. Don't need the lease. And listen, I get it, I'm with you, I understand how tough it can be sometimes. I work with thousands of property managers just like you every single month. And we all have those tough months. We all feel like, man, if I don't get this occupancy up this month, maybe my job is on the line. Or if you're an owner, if I don't get my occupancy and my top line revenue up right now, things are gonna be looking ugly. I get it. Situations can be tough, but don't transfer that stress over to your renter. They can feel it, they can hear it, they can see it, they can almost even smell it and taste it on you. Don't need that lease. I want you to remain calm. I want you to remain positive. I want you to know that your property is enough. Your community is fantastic. And they've got you. You are the expert. So stay cool, stay calm, stay collected. Get a sales process. If you want to check out ours, look at leasinguniversity.com, but develop a sales process. Embrace it and trust the process so you don't feel like you need to close every single lease. When you have that type of confidence that, hey, I don't need this lease, I just want what's best for my renter, you're gonna find that you're gonna get more leases. Don't act like you need the lease. Only do 25% of the talking when you're working with your prospects. Are you talking more than 25% of the time? If so, your prospects are not going to be viewing you as the expert. Listen, an expert asks questions, and an expert keeps asking questions and waiting until they get the answer. When you have the prospect doing the talking, who's in control? You are. Plus, it gives you an opportunity to truly listen to them, to truly understand their situation, so you can be that expert and prescribe the right apartment for them. And finally, I want you to have a system for closing the lease, a system that you can trust. Far too often, I see property managers just like you. Well, they do all the talking. They spend most of their time selling, and then they have no way of closing. They don't have a reliable system of what do I say? How do I act? How do I close that lease? I want you to look at getting a system that works on just about any renter at any type of apartment community, in any type of market, in any type of price point, winter, spring, summer, or fall. You need a closing process that you can trust. There's no way that you can be an expert in apartments if you can't close the lease. There you have it. That's how you can position yourself as the expert in apartments, the expert in your market. And if you're interested in learning a little bit more, I want you to check this out. The way people rent apartments has changed. Today's renter has access to more information. Today's renter has more choices. The apartment industry needs you. Studies have shown that moving is the most stressful life event. The old sales training, well, it just doesn't work today. I'd like to teach you how to take the stress out of leasing apartments in a way that's meaningful to you and your renters and get you 7 times more leases. I'll show you how the perfect leasing process works. I'm gonna walk you through everything from answering the phone to closing the lease. I'm gonna show you how to determine your prospects' wants and their needs so that you can build value in your apartments. You will learn how to handle any objection or complaint. I'm gonna show you how to connect with your renter so it's easy for them to rent with you. I've taught the best property management companies and thousands of people just like you how to lease apartments. Property management is complicated. I'll simplify it for you. There's more competition than ever before. I'm gonna show you how to be number one. All of a sudden, your career, it's gonna make perfect sense, even if you've never worked in sales or property management before. And for the advanced property manager, I'm gonna show you how to take things to the next level. Leasing University is a new, simple, step-by-step process that's effective. We're gonna help you become a rock star in property management. I'm Matt Easton, and this is Leasing University.